It's just a plate of deliciousness, really. It's still quite chilly out there, but spring is definitely on its way. Introducing my chicken and tarragon risotto. So let's make it together. Take one heavy-bottomed pan. Add a good glug of olive oil. Before we begin to heat the oil up, we're going to add 3 chopped shallots. That thin, quite finely chopped. And then we're going to add 3 chopped cloves of garlic. Come on. Oh, that summoned the dog. We just want to soften these until they glisten and are translucent. This is what we want. They're very soft and have sweated right down. We're now going to add 500 grams of our Boreo risotto rice. Mix it in with the shallots and the garlic and the oil, and then get this back onto the gentle heat until the grains of rice become translucent. I'll do it and I'll show you what I mean. The grains have taken on a glossiness, and a great many of them are translucent. Now we're going to add 1 pint of good quality chicken stock. I add the entire pint at this point. I will need to add more liquid as I'm using quite a lot of risotto rice for this meal. Give this a stir and get this back onto the heat. And just gently stir the rice as it starts to cook. So this has been cooking now for about 20 minutes. I did have to add more water or it would have dried out. I've tried it and it's perfect now because it's still a little crunchy. But at this point in the process, I'm going to add a nice pinch of sea salt. I'm also adding heaps of freshly ground black pepper. Heaps and heaps and heaps. So more black pepper. Then we're going to add between 250 and 300 grams of cooked chicken breast. Oh, it's trying to escape. It works out to be about 3 medium-sized chicken breasts. I cooked these very simply by wrapping them in tin foil and putting them in the oven for about 25 minutes. There we go. This chicken is trying to escape. No! And now for the star of the show. I love this little herb. I've got 25 grams of the good stuff here and I'm going to chop it very finely. So sprinkle the tarragon in with the chicken and the risotto rice. It starts to smell very delicious now we've added the tarragon. The rice isn't fully cooked yet, so I'm going back in with half a pint of chicken stock, but I can guarantee you that as I cook it and as I add more, this will all be gone. I'm now going to put this back on a gentle heat to finish cooking, while stirring it a lot. So the risotto was cooking for a further 10 minutes. I've tasted it and the rice is ready. It's not crunchy, but it's not one congealed mess either. But here's the second to last ingredient, and this one's an important one. Take your pan off the heat and sprinkle the parmesan into the risotto. 60 luscious grams of grated parmesan. And there we are, the finished dish. You'll notice that I added a sprinkling of toasted flaked almonds to the top. Don't skip this bit. They add enormous flavour at the end, and it's also really nice to have something crunchy with the rice and the chicken because they're both really soft. For these quantities, I dry toasted in a frying pan about 100 grams of almonds. It's just a plate of deliciousness, really.